Hello. So my name is Crystal and I am an intuitive reader. And I have this podcast that I've started to kind of deep dive on a lot of things that have been questions that have been asked, especially over the past 4 months when I moved my practice over to doing live readings on TikTok. So I have I have been an energy communicator and I guess a medium psychic tarot reader for well over 30 years. And I've been doing it professionally, mostly in person, one-on-one over the years. And about 4 months ago, I started doing live readings on TikTok. And so I was able to work with so many other people besides just what I've been doing over the years. But the interesting thing is a lot of questions started coming up about different things that I have done different workshops about. And so I thought there's so many questions that people have asked. I want to be able to deep dive. So I thought this would be a great time to do it because a lot of times people will ask me questions when I'm in the process of doing personal readings and I want to be able to give it the full attention that it deserves. So I started this podcast to be able to cover a lot of different subjects that people have come up as questions. So one of the bigger questions I get asked a lot is about manifestation. How do I manifest? How do I know if I'm on the right path? All of these things are all about connecting back to self-discovery. And a lot of the mainstream things that I've talked about, things to do to be able to do self-discovery, is they talk about journaling. Well, traditional journaling, such as sitting down with like a notepad that has lines in it, sitting there looking at that blank page every day and think of something to write. Well, if you're not a writer per se, that may not feel comfortable. I am the first one to tell you, I've over the past 3 decades, I can't tell you how many different journals I have bought that I never stuck to because that type of journaling, as much as I've tried, never seemed to fit. So over the past several years, I have come up with different types of journaling for self-discovery that will make that a lot easier. And there's one of these will fit you so much better, and it would help you be able to do this big self-discovery, because the more we understand ourselves and the more we connect with our heart space, the better we are able to guide ourselves through life. Because our heart center, or our heart chakra, this is the seat of our soul, but this is also where our inner GPS is, our inner North Star. This is how we communicate with our higher self to be able to get the guidance to help us through life. This is also where our inner child lives. So we have all these different energies that are connected in here, but the more we do the deep dive, the more we connect in here, the better equipped we are to move through this existence. So I want to share some of those ideas that I have. And so one of the things, it was like I said, the traditional sitting there with a blank page, what do you write? That's hard. So the first thing that I have a tip for that is to do it with a deck of oracle cards or something like this. I'll show you a couple different ones. So this one, if you haven't heard of the book series, the book called Untethered Soul, there are these great card set. Let me put my glasses on so I'm actually reading this correctly. So even literally in the inside, it says, who are you really? Talk about a great deck for self-discovery. So this amazing deck is really cool, and I'm going to tell you how to use this with journaling. So this one is talking about, drawing on the wisdom of the life-changing New York Times best-selling book, The Untethered Soul. It says, these extraordinary cards feature 52 profound and uplifting quotes that will inspire you to break through your limitations, cultivate lasting peace and tranquility, and discover who you really are. So let me tell you how to use something like this. Now, these are a deck of cards. I probably should put a link eventually down below. I will try to get that so you can actually find these. It's an amazing tool. So let me show you. If you get something like this, and then you get a book, like I think I tried to pull out some ones. Oh, this one doesn't actually have lines in it. It's just a blank journal, but I still wrote just text in it, right? So get a journal. You can get one with lines or without. Some people like me, I don't like having the lines. To me, I like to have creative freedom. So get yourself a book. It could be something like this. It could literally just be a little notebook like this. It doesn't have to be fancy, right? Okay, so get one of those and a pen, colored pen, whatever kind of pen or writing instrument you'd like. So with a deck like this, you basically would just before you get ready to start your little journaling for the day, right? You're just going to basically take these cards and shuffle them up and randomly pick a card through. Now, I say if you're going to be doing these as a type of pull one card a day, I do suggest whatever cards you pick, you kind of either keep to the side, or keep beneath. I can't remember if there was a little book in here, but in short, you keep it separate so you don't have the same one more than once, right? Because you've got 52 cards here, right? So the cool thing is you pick a card, and this one says living life, right? And it says deep inner release is a spiritual path in of itself. It is a path of non-resistance, the path of acceptance, the path of surrender. So my thing is, you're going to find, and I'll show you a couple other decks you can use, but like with this one, there is a great quote that when I read that, I can now journal about how do I feel about that. It doesn't have to be anything profound. Understand, my dears, you are the only one that's going to read this. But as you do something, if you're looking for a way to be able to journal, to do self-discovery, this is a great way to give you something fresh to pull from and to kind of give you a prompt and get you started, if that makes sense. So this is one type of deck. I usually recommend what's called a oracle deck, which is, it's not a tarot deck, which can be a little more complex. You can use those. These work a little better for journal prompts though. Okay, so one of the other ones, there's another great one. There is a Rebecca Campbell that has these amazing line of cards. This one says work your light oracle cards, right? So here's another one, right? So we're going to go ahead and say we're getting ready to journal for the day. And we pull a random card out of here. And this one, and then here I got the great artwork. Got a little quote down there. It says, trust the niggle, as in like the little tickle in the back of your brain. It says, what is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? What an interesting thing to talk about. So if you have something that's been inspiring you, that's probably how you ended up watching this video. Something in you is kind of like that tickle at the back of your brain. What a great journal prompt, right? So instead of starting with a blank page, that's a great way to start, right? Okay. And I will show you, I'm going to start featuring different decks. I've got probably 7 or 8 different dozen decks here that I use. So I have several that I'll be sharing, but these are ones that are great for journal prompting. Now, if you can also get ones that are great themes. This one is this gorgeous Oracle of the Fairies. Beautiful artwork, right? So here's another one. We just pull a random card out of this one. And this one says, shine from within. Looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within. It's time for you to shine. This is the time for self-acceptance and for revealing your true beauty. Look at that beautiful artwork. So hopefully you're getting the idea of what I'm talking about. Is this is a way for you to take on this challenge that is actually very self-nurturing. So yes, journaling is an amazingly powerful exercise for you to practice, to be able to really deep dive and get some self-discovery going on for you. But I'm the same way. I can't sit there with a blank sheet of paper. Now, one other option besides like this one where you're actually writing, say writing is just not your thing. Maybe trying to come up with words when you read one of these is like, what? So here's the other idea. So instead of a traditional journal where you're going to write words, I suggest a sketch journal. And you're like, what is that? Well, a sketch journal is you pick one of the cards, right? Now, you have a sketch book. Now, remember, this journal was blank, so you can get a journal that has blank pages, okay? Or you can literally get a sketch pad, right? Big, giant one, right? But let me tell you what you're going to do. So you're going to pull a card, right? But I want you to get some supplies together, crooked, before you start this. So my suggestion is find stuff, art supply stuff, that the thought of using them really makes you happy. It could be that when you were younger, you loved stickers. Like so many kids love stickers, right? Well, get yourself, you can go to your local store and find some. You can go to an art supply store. You can even go to the dollar store and find tons of stickers, right? Get yourself stickers if that's what makes you happy. You can get glitter glue. You can get any kind of art supply stuff, colored pens, colored pencils, whatever lights you up that you can use. Because what you're going to do is when you pull your card, instead of sitting there and now writing about how you feel about it, I want you to take one page in your journal and decorate it with whatever. Maybe there was one word that stood out in that. Maybe it's the word love, and you write love in the center, and then you just doodle and draw and decorate and add stickers, and you make it a piece of work. So it's a sketch journal. So this is a way for you to express yourself and get to know yourself a little better and not be stuck on a blank page. So you got two good options for this. Like I said, you can do it where you pull cards out of a deck, oracle deck. There's so many different ones out there. I'm going to have links down below. And I'm probably going to start like a whole thing online where it'll be links of where you can find different ones. Because I don't have my shop anymore and I'm not selling them in person, but I will have ways for you to do it, and I will leave examples. So other than that, like I said, you can use a deck of cards to be able to write out in your journal, like a journal prompt, okay? Or you can do a sketch journal, which, like I said, you get your art supplies together, and it doesn't have to be anything expensive. Literally, you could go to the dollar store and find so many fun stickers and all kinds of stuff, colored pens, markers, you name it, they've got it. So load up on that, sit down. Once you pull your card, like I said, take one page and just decorate it with whatever. You remember when you were little and maybe you were like in class and you didn't want to pay attention, so you're like doodling or drawing all along in the corners. Maybe you had a teacher that told you to stop doing that. Well, guess what? I'm telling you to do that. I'm telling you to take a whole page every time you do this and do a sketch journal. So other than that, hopefully that gives you a little more of an idea. But yes, I cannot say it enough. Journaling is a very powerful tool, but finding the right tool for you is the most important. Because don't be like me, where literally 4 years I bought so many. That's why this one only has so many pages written in it. Because at that time when I bought this, that's why I pulled this out. I didn't stick to it very long. I think at the most I went like once a day for like a week, and then I went once a week, and then I went maybe once a month. Oh, there's not even any writing. So there's not a lot. But then I started, it's interesting, I started doodling in them too. But yes, so my advice for you, my dear, is get yourself a way to do a journaling that works for you. Maybe you love drawing, maybe you used to love drawing like comics or cartoons when you were little or younger in your teen years. Make each page, make it a new character, make it a new scene, draw something, express yourself in the way that feels right for your soul. This is a way for not only for you to have a creative outlet so you can start expressing yourself, even if you're like me and you're incredibly introverted and you're not going to get online and talk about it, you can talk about it in here. And the beautiful thing of this, it's all part of this journey of connecting more deeply with who you are in your heart space. Now, your heart space isn't just where we love from. This is the seat of our soul. This is also where our inner North Star or our inner GPS lives. So that's what helps guide us through life. This is how our higher self speaks through us, I should say, not just to us, but through us. And this is also where our inner child lives. So inner child work, all of that is all about creating a safe space in here and a deep connection. And the relationship, the most important relationship you will ever have in your whole life is the relationship you have with yourself in your heart space. And so journaling, yes, is a beautiful tool, but it's all about finding the right tool for you. So don't feel bad if you've bought like 3 dozen journals over the past 10 years and have barely used any of them. Well, now you've got a way to reuse those and repurpose them in a way that fits you better, my dear, and make it fun. Put some good music on. You know, maybe if you like to have a glass of wine at the end of the day, have a glass of wine when you pull your card or start journaling. Make it a process where it is a way to celebrate who you are and express your soul song, my dear. And along that path is how you're going to be able to really deepen your connection with yourself, give yourself a lot better guidance, and feel more of a sense of home and stability in here where nobody outside of you can rock that, my dear. You own that foundation. So together, hopefully along this way, I'm gonna help you do this. And we're gonna do this together. And remember, I want you to understand, healing is not a destination. It is a journey. It is a lifelong fascination and curiosity. And when you lean in and get a little curious, which is something you can do with these sketch journaling or journal prompts with these oracle cards, that's my big hope, because I will tell you, over the years, many of the different clients I've worked from really just blossomed, and there's so much amazing things that came from finding the right way for you to be able to journal and do a little self-expression. So from my heart to yours, I'm sending you so much love. We've got this. We're on this journey. This is, I don't know, I think this is like episode 4. There's so many of them. I even have one that starts off with my whole story if you want to know more about me. My journey, or my awareness of my journey, started at the age of 3. I have a whole video just talking about that. I have a video talking about like why I started this channel and what my big mission is with this and what I want to be able to help with along the way and the stuff that I have planned. But this is just one chapter, and this is one more tool in your tool belt, so to speak, as you build that foundation and create that just that beautiful connection with your own heart space. And that is why I do what I do. So I hopefully will see you again soon. Oh, and to let you know too, I keep forgetting to say this. So I do read all the comments. And so I ask you, if you've made it this far to this video, go down to the comments. Oh, besides, also, if you've seen this and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, because I have a lot more of these fun things going on. Plus, I'm going to be doing live events like live workshops free of charge, and I'm going to be doing lots of Q&A stuff and more of videos like this and in this podcast series to be able to teach you how to be able to embrace what you can do for yourself. Oh, I'm all about empowering empaths, my dear. What can I say? I've had over 50 years to figure it out and help myself. I want to be able to help you along this journey. And even I haven't figured it all out, but I promise I will be sharing everything. I am not gatekeeping here. These are not scripted, and I am definitely not holding anything back. If anything, I'm probably going to share a lot of pictures of me when I was young and silly and all of those things, and talk about my life experiences and what I've learned along the way being an empath, and kind of, I guess, being one in practice, because since I've been a reader and doing energy attunements and things like that for over 30 years, I've worked with so many clients, so I have a lot of different experiences and things to share with you about stuff that they were able to help with, and so I want to be able to help you with that. So that's why I'm doing what I do. So yes, I was going to say, so down in the comments, I want you to go ahead, let me know, is there something that you want to learn more about? If there's a question that you've been dying to ask that you want to have answered maybe in a future one of my episodes. So please go ahead and put that down in the comment section, and I hope to hear from you soon. So thank you so much. Take care.